Hey guys, so as you know, I went to go see the Bob's Burgers movie very recently. And if you've kept up to date with movie news, then you probably know that the Bob's Burgers movie in its second weekend took a significant drop in its financial intakings. Why? Why is it doing so bad? Well, today we're going to talk about the 3 reasons why the Bob's Burgers movie bombed at the box office. And let me just say this right now, I did not want this movie to bomb. I wanted this movie to succeed because it is a 2D animated movie based on a TV show, and I really want to see that Futurama movie go to theaters in the near future. So without further ado, let's talk about those reasons. Number 3 is Jurassic World Dominion. Now, we all knew that Jurassic World Dominion was going to have the number 1 opening the weekend that it came out. And we all knew that no movie could beat Jurassic World Dominion when it came out. So, just like with Marvel, when Jurassic World Dominion was released on June 10th, it trounced every single movie that was playing at the same time, especially the Bob's Burgers movie. And we all know that when you go up against a multi-billion-dollar franchise entry, that it's going to damage the little movie playing right next to it. So, number 2, and this is a big reason, 2D animation has been failing for a long time. With the exception of a few movies like The Sponge Out of Water and My Little Pony the movie, there has not been a single 2D animated feature released in theaters. Now, this is going to be kind of long if I were to talk about the full reason why, but I'm just going to explain this. Back in the 90s, 2D was huge. Like, Disney was killing it at the box office. Don Bluth had a few hits, and DreamWorks had a couple hits. But as soon as the 90s ended and the 2000s came, 3D started to rise because of films like Toy Story and Shrek. And 2D animated films were failing big time at the box office. Films like Atlantis, The Emperor's New Groove, Treasure Planet, The Road to El Dorado, Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, the list goes on. So, because of that, all studios having to do with animation switched over to 3D animation. It wasn't until 2009 where Disney released a 2D animated feature, The Princess and the Frog, and in 2011 with Winnie the Pooh. But even those didn't really pull in the box office numbers needed to keep 2D alive in theaters. So we've only been getting like a few 2D animated features released in theaters, and those are based on TV shows. The most recent being the Bob's Burgers movie. So because 2D animation is a dying breed when it comes to theaters, and all the other films have managed to thrive in theaters, the 3D animated films and films like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that is just one of the many reasons that contributed to the failure of the Bob's Burgers movie. And the number 1 reason why I believe the Bob's Burgers movie failed so hard in its second weekend is not everyone knows Bob's Burgers. Like, let's take a look at another popular adult animated sitcom that got a theatrical movie, The Simpsons movie. So, The Simpsons, as you know, is one of the most beloved cartoons of all time, not just by adults, but kids as well. Everyone knows The Simpsons, everyone knows the characters, everyone knows the world, everyone knows the humor. So when The Simpsons movie came out, it was going to do well no matter what. It made over $500 million. The reason why The Simpsons movie was able to thrive at the box office is because everyone knows and loves The Simpsons, and they were willing to go see it. Another example, if you want to go into other territories, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Just like with The Simpsons, that is a beloved cartoon that is universal in its appeal, and everyone knows and loves SpongeBob. Well, I mean, there are people that don't love SpongeBob, but most people love SpongeBob, and they know the characters, and they know the world, they know the humor. So when the SpongeBob SquarePants movie came out, it was going to do well no matter what, and people flocked to go see it, and it became a box office success. Bob's Burgers, a lot of people do love Bob's Burgers, and they do enjoy the humor, but Bob's Burgers isn't exactly on the same level of The Simpsons and SpongeBob SquarePants in universal appeal or knowledge. Not a lot of people know about Bob's Burgers. Not a lot of people watch Bob's Burgers. And when the movie adaptation comes out, not a lot of people know about Bob's Burgers, me being one of those people. Like, I had no knowledge of Bob's Burgers when I went to go see the Bob's Burgers movie. So because there's a vast majority of people that don't know anything about Bob's Burgers, the film wasn't able to make as big of an impact as the Simpsons movie and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie in theaters. And it wasn't able to have strong legs in its second weekend and to bring in more people. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of people that watched it and absolutely adored it and brought their friends back the next time they went to go see it. But as I've said, Bob's Burgers is a show that, like, if I were to guess, like, maybe 60% of the planet watches and knows Bob's Burgers, while the other 40% doesn't know anything about Bob's Burgers. Now, I would say like 90% or 100% know everything about The Simpsons, and they know everything about, I would say SpongeBob SquarePants is like a 90 or 80%. But those films have a big enough appeal and knowledge to where people went to go see it, and it was able to make a big impact in theaters. But Bob's Burgers just was never going to be one of those shows that was able to do that. And thus, the film really suffered in its second weekend. So, anyways, guys, those are the three main reasons why the Bob's Burgers movie bombed at the box office on its second weekend. There are a lot of other little reasons, but those are the main reasons why the Bob's Burgers movie wasn't able to make a big impact in theaters. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe in the near future, like maybe in the next couple of weeks, it'll have strong legs and it will make a lot more money than we were expecting it to make. And maybe it will be like maybe a $400 or $500 million intake. There is a sequel in the works, so there is a possibility. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that the Bob's Burgers movie has a chance of making it big at the box office? Or do you think that the reasons that I just stated are enough to make it stumble hard and become like one of the biggest bombs of 2022? Let me know down in the comments below. And just like I said before, I do not want this movie to fail. I want it to succeed. I want so badly for this to kickstart a chain of movies based on TV shows and 2D animated. I don't want any crappy live action movies like Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Flintstones, or movies that are totally CGI'd in trying to capitalize on the new animation style. I want it to be traditionally animated. I want it to like have the same look, almost the same look as the show, but higher quality with grade A 2D animation. And I want to have the same characters and the same type of humor and the same like world and heart that the show has. That's all I want out of a movie like this. So anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next episode. Before I go, I want to encourage you guys to please go see the Bob's Burgers movie. Like, I know that I didn't like it that much. I know that it was a disappointment. I know that I gave it a pretty negative sounding review, but please go out and support the Bob's Burgers movie. Go see it as soon as you can. Go support 2D animation, because we really need to see this kind of movie more in theaters nowadays. We need to see studios actually take risks and actually put 2D animation that looks like the cartoon in theaters when they do this type of movie. So anyways, guys, I will see you later. Take care.